So going into investigation documentation is absolutely critical. It becomes the proof that your investigation was timely, impartial, fair, thorough, reasonable. It's the proof of what the witnesses said. It shows that you've complied with your legal obligations under the government code to conduct a thorough and objective investigation. And it also is a powerful defense if ultimately there's a lawsuit filed, or if a governmental agency opens an investigation and starts attacking your underlying internal investigation. Be mindful that all the documentation in your file, including your notes, your emails to management, decision makers, may be discoverable in a potential lawsuit and may be instrumental, either helpful or hurtful in a governmental agency investigation. Best practices, top level, would go through this. You must document each step of the investigation. Document all remedial action taken. Be sure, and this seems obvious, but you'd be surprised at how many times I'm looking at handwritten notes. There's no date on it. There's no indication of who prepared those notes. Date every document. Make sure your name is on every document you prepare. Make sure the name of who's ever giving a witness is clearly printed somewhere. And also, which seems obvious, maintain those documents in a single location. I recently had a matter where the witness statement of a key witness was misplaced, and it wasn't in the file folder. So the first best documentation practice for conducting an effective investigation, in my opinion, is not the investigation documents themselves, but making sure that your written policies and procedures are clearly written in a handbook. That's what I recommend as a handbook. And most important is have the investigation complaint process spelled out. This ensures that your employees know how to make a complaint, who to report it to, and what is the complaint process itself. Highly recommended, have an open door policy in your handbook. Along with all the required matters. You're required by law to have written policies on discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and prevention. Include a list of prohibited employee conduct. Have a policy that shows how to report the misconduct. And in your new hire packets, there's several key documents that relate to investigations, including mandatory brochures that you have to provide that talk about sexual harassment, retaliation, medical leave, and things of that nature. This slide has some basic forms that I think are useful for almost every type of investigation you have. Be sure to have a complaint form. Ask the complainant to complete that. Have a witness statement form available if a witness can't be interviewed. Have them make a statement. Investigation checklist is key. It's part of the documentation that shows you did a thorough, fair, timely investigation. Your planning notes, your planning lists, your lists of witnesses, your timeline. Those are all things that go into a good investigation. They become part of the file. The totality of that file is what's going to show that you've complied with your obligations. And then sometimes what I like to do is, it depends on the nature of the investigation, but sometimes I'd like the witness to sign off on an acknowledgement that they are being interviewed. It explains, the confidentiality limitations, that we're going to do our best to maintain the confidentiality, but we can't guarantee complete confidentiality. And also that the statements that the witness is going to provide are truthful. It is essential. Keep your interview notes and prepare an outline for the report. The best practices: have these documents already in your system. Don't wait till you get a complaint to be prepared to go forward. All the underlying fact gathering documents should be free of the appearance of any bias. Again, this is the powerful proof that your investigation was completed in a thorough and timely, impartial manner.